This is really going to be an interesting draft here to start. So, and definitely kind of turns out that way. Joined by Squirry once again, by the way, as a co-caster. The initial bans, we had Midas, Clanks, Parallax, and Warby. So, they do take out Clanks and Warbies once again. However, Tremble this time was not banned. And thus, Evil Corporation actually will pick it up. So, now you have to deal with the Tremble here in the hands of Imba Boy. So they respond with the Behemoth. You got Andro then into a Luna. Tundra once again into the Prisoner. Fuzzy Sloth has proven it. Right now there's two heroes. It's Midas and Prisoner that he just plays oh so well when he gets them. So, but with that Tundra pickup, I gotta think that Complexity is probably going to be banning this Parasite, or maybe they just figure that they can deal with it again. What do you think so far, though, Squirry? Are you there, Squirry? Do I have you muted still? No.
Oh, I'm muted.
There we go.
Giving Evil Corporation here, Tundra and Tremble is obviously huge, but Complexity has a similar lineup to the first game, where they can easily take those fights early on.
Yeah.
And yeah, not banning the Parasite here might be a mistake, because they could have just, kind of nullified the combo completely.
Yeah. See, well, that's the thing, though. Now, sure enough, there's the pick. It's like, okay, we pretty much expected that with not being banned, but it's clear that Complexity feels like they counter it. I mean, it worked the first game, and you see them snap back the Cthulhu again. So I think it was the case, as long as Cthulhu wasn't going to be banned, they were fine leaving Parasite opened. Thus, we have this matchup here. So, really goes to show you, I mean, how much they just value the Elephant against the Parasite. Not afraid to give it.
So here's what I think about it, though. Like, I feel Complexity is trying to make a point that their lineup is going to be, or the lineup Evil Corporation ran, is not going to be viable anymore in the future. That's the kind of point they're trying to make here. But I feel like if Evil Corporation manages to win this game, then it's just, kind of personal greed, to be honest, from Complexity, not banning the Parasite when they had the option.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's definitely in the hands of Formless here as the drafter. 100% agree there. It's if you let it beat you when you clearly had a chance, it's one thing to not ban it initially, but to not ban it in the second tier of bans, then you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot. So, hey, if it wins, then obviously all is good. But if they lose here, yeah, we will be looking at that for sure. And I'm sure Formless himself will be, maybe realizing, okay, just we were maybe overconfident. But, hey, again, they won the first game. So it's understandable that they're still confident with the strategy. Moraxis was the final pick. By the way, Evil Corporation using no extra time. They were confident with this lineup here. They don't even think about it really too much. On the other hand, Complexity does, and they go Dark Lady with the final pick. So, what do you think?
I'm not sure. I mean, the Complexity kind of switched it up a bit now from the first game, going for more of the, let's dodge a little bit and kind of snowball from there with the TL. But yeah, it's probably still going to somewhat work out. This time, though, they have the Tremble, and Imba Boy definitely one of the better Tremble players out there. And the amount of pressure he can put with Boris on such a hard carry like TDL is insane. Which, I kind of feel Formless here, because he's going to have to deal with that. There's really not much he can do about it.
Yeah, that's interesting, because in a lot of matchups, Dark Lady's actually pretty good against the opposing carry. A lot of these blink kind of carries are carries that want to be mobile. They're trying to get away. That's where the Dark Blades are really good. And, whether they want to be mobile or they're just squishy because they're range, something like that, obviously she's great against that. But yeah, as you're pointing out, Tremble's not that. I mean, he doesn't really care too much if he's silenced, and he tends to be a little bit tankier than others. So, this Dark Lady pickup final pick, it is a little interesting to me you know, knowing at least that matchup. Now, you know, on a big scale, maybe it's a little bit different, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out for Formless playing it here.
Yeah, the problem I see as well is that Tremble is usually a hero you want to get the Shrunken Head on, and the Hellborn team doesn't really have anything to deal with that except of like the Prisoner, but due to Boris and the Mount, he can easily like just outrun the Prisoner. And while the Legion team has a Parasite, Andro, and the Tundra, that can all go through the Shrunken Head of TDL. So definitely a better team backup for the Legion side here if they decide to go take it late.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely like the Legion draft here a bit more.
All right, well, we'll see. Complexity up for the challenge once again. Again, up 1-0 here in this best of 3. We'll point out, too, that Zane is playing the Tundra this time around, and he is in that suicide role. Again, I feel like, at least from watching Evil Corporation, too bad Quincy's not here because we'd like to get the stats on that even, but I feel like Zane is usually the one to play Tundra in more of that suicide when they do get it. So last game that wasn't the case. This time it is, though. Bree, an arguably a more comfortable hero for him in the Moraxis coming out right here. So Moraxis versus Prisoner, always good to kind of start off conversations with something like this, Squarey. How do we think this is going to play out here, Prisoner, Moraxis?
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I feel like Prisoner is going to have the upper hand until Moraxis hits level 4 to 5. Then he's just going to be able to out-arrest the Prisoner out of the lane. Or that's what it should be on paper. I don't know. I mean, Fuzzy is obviously a really great Prisoner player.
Yeah.
So, you know, with some rotation from Kusulafont, they might even be able to, yeah, as he's putting a lot of damage on
How do you hit those hooks, man? I mean, that was like max distance. And where he wanted him to go, but he sure enough did it, so. That's, again, he's got the experience playing this hero, that's for sure. Gonna do great with it, so. All right, well, we'll keep an eye on the creep score there, at least, see how that plays out. Now, look, this is an interesting interaction here. You got Tankafed, he knows there's the ward of sight here, but Behemoth is doing a good job kind of keeping him at bay, but in the end, he's not going to be able to stop it. And Tankafed will successfully get the counter ward off. And also an interesting ward of sight place from near, as it's over in the Ancient area. So now it's going to wear out, obviously, before Ancients would be done, I would think. So that's why I do kind of wonder how much this is accomplishing. I guess it just sees Behemoth rotating, perhaps, if he does. But so does that make sense to you then?
Yeah, I think it's like right on the outskirts of if Behe goes to the observatory and gets Veiled Rot, and he pops it on the observatory, he's going to spot it with the ward. So I think that's a pretty smart ward right there. Just really going to rely on Behe not being able to lane bottom, as they're actually trying to go for him here.
Oh, wow, yeah. They're trying. That's the key word. Not going to happen, though.
Yeah. Quite
Parasite.
deep.
Wow, Parasite's going to take a lot of tower damage here. Is Behemoth? No, it's not enough for the kill, but that got a little scary there for Parasite. One more tower hit, actually. I think Behemoth could have finished him off with a fissure, but he manages to actually just have enough life to stay alive there. So, yeah, good job by Oscar, essentially having 3 heroes try to kill him, only to come up short. And, hey, for a suicide hero especially, you're very happy that's the case. So, well played on his part. You do have Tremble, 15-4, though. Now, you look at Dark Lady, and he is definitely behind Dark Lady by a bit. 23-12 Dark Lady right now from Formless. So, now Behemoth, I think it's safe to say, you know, with the blocking and maybe causes a little more issues here, but you expect to see Dark Lady a little further ahead?
I'm thinking right now, and Imberboy must have messed up something.
Yeah.
I mean, Tremble usually a hero that you secure every last hit on. Because of the E, it's so easy to last hit, and now I don't see really, especially Imberboy, not missing any last hits, but it looks like he actually missed quite a bit. I haven't really been watching bottom too much, so I can't say if that was forced by Behe or the rotation from Parasite or something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I feel like, again, earlier when they went for the kill, they're going to try for it again right here. This time it looks like it's going to be secured. Yeah, that time he didn't have his Fissure up. He got locked in anyways. And, of course, level 6 Tremble with that Boris helping assist as well. So they do get the Bloodlust in the end. So maybe that makes up, you could say, for the creep farm falling a little bit behind right there. Eventually getting at least an assist for the Bloodlust kill. But Formless is still actually on top of the charts here by a bit. 390 gold per minute now for the Dark Liddy here.
Yeah. I believe they'll be using the pull, so he's able to just constantly push out the lane, which allows him to be on 400 plus GPM. So he didn't pressure the tower at all, so while Imbaboy is actually nearly getting the tower.
Oh, he'll take a hero kill first.
Yeah.
There you go. He's going to take a lot of tower damage, but obviously didn't matter there. As they get the kill. So, well, it was a good job initially by Oscar. Stayed alive, gave him the compliment for that. Now he's died twice, unfortunately. So it's definitely a case of probably want to somewhat give up here in the bottom lane, at least if it's going to be pushed out. So I want to be giving up more deaths to the Tremble especially, who now is on point with the Dark Liddy, killing an assist, kind of letting him get to that point despite being a little bit further behind in creep farm here. So, good news.
Yeah, the good thing is that Oscar can just, like, and now is the time where he can actually sit bottom and relax. Tremble is out of mana, he's not gonna, or Parasite and Andrew are not really in the position anymore, we're in the lane position anymore to get those ganks off. So, yeah. Should have rotated earlier and pretty much now form the lane or get the experience.
God, look at Near here with this Ward of Sight as Prison Break? Oh my god, he used it, yeah. He must, I don't know, that had to be a misclick right there from Prisoner, because I really don't see it. He didn't even hook or anything like that, so. Well, a little unfortunate, but coming up short there, whatever that was. But anyway, I was saying about this Ward of Sight here at the bottom lane. I mean, look at how aggressive this Ward of Sight already is on the cliff down here. Pretty much protecting Tremble, though. And you see Tremble's feeling confident, just farming here. Pushing up the bottom lane. So not often we see a Ward of Sight this early on, this far up, but I think it's actually proven to do a bit of work here. For Imbaboy, at least. So take some more farm.
He's also rushing the Thunderclaw.
Oh, yeah.
So that's gonna have a huge impact here, I think. He has it now if he wants to buy it. There we go. Where's Boris at? Oh, there he is. I believe he's got it out the stacks. Or the stack.
Where is it? On the...
on the top camp.
Stupid Boris, where are you? There's Parasite. Okay, they have Parasite, they have Tundra, and they have Boris. Like, they have all these freaking small dots. Okay, there it is. Now I found it. Jeez. I'm just realizing that, but holy crap, that's annoying. I'm like, look at all over. They have 3 little dot heroes. Like, oh, jeez. All right. Yeah, I found it there, though. Okay. He's setting up possibly for mid. Oh, here it comes, actually. It's going to find an opportunity here, but oh, they want a Luna. That's an easier kill. And it looks like they should be able to get this one. Yeah, Andrew's going to come secure it. Behemoth throws out a stomp. Maybe a little bit of a turn here. Cthulhu tramples in. Prisoner, he missed the hook in the background. Avalanche coming out from Tundra. He will go down, but down goes Behemoth as well. Meanwhile, Behemoth, or Cthulhu, excuse me, is going to fall. And now Prisoner, he has a prison break. He is going to use it right here. Dark Liddy thinking about running in. She wants to just get out of there, actually. And Evo Corporation rolling over here in this fight. Double tap for Imbaboy is the highlight of it, you could say.
Yeah, that is exactly why Tremble is so strong. I mean, he puts Boris on them, gets the easy kill in the support, and then realizes that there's going to be a fight, and creates a mount and ports into it. And as easy as that, they clean up the Hellborn team and get a quite good lead for 9 minutes in game.
Yeah, they got a lot of these ways to kind of scout things out between Tundra, between the Boris. Parasite decent at it too, so they found the opportunity there eventually and came through. And you know, it is very impactful moments like this, especially when you have two arguably evenly matched teams going at it here. That can definitely really put it in one team's favor heavily over the other. And so it feels like Evo Corporation's definitely got a lot going for them after that. You mentioned the Thunderclaw already on Tundra, or excuse me, not Tundra, but Tremble here, as well as the Steamboats. And now he's pushing bottom tower. It seems like pretty freely, actually. The Hellborn team not interested in defending it, at least for the time being. Guess it's not very low just yet, but they may actually, I wonder if they're just going to even give this up. Or, no, they are rotating over. It seems like it would be silly to just give it up, so. Got Prisoner up here now. But there's that Ward of Sight. It's going to see that Prisoner rotation. And it gives Tremble that info, so he won't play too risky here.
Yeah, I feel like Imbaboy could just... Well, he's actually going top, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Infist Tundra, that's why. They want Dark Lady.
They're going to get him.
There we go. Is this enough damage? Nice red stun. And actually, she is going to get away. Oof. Dodges the piercing shards even. So, yeah, they got greedy. They wanted the carry, of course, but Aluna was ready.
They stacked the Avalanche with the Immobilize of Boris.
True.
So on paper, they could have had the Avalanche, the Immobilize from Boris, and then another Immobilize as he had Boris up again.
Oh.
I'm sure that would have been enough to get the kill there, but yeah, unfortunately stacking it up quite a bit.
Yeah, rare misplay there, I'd say, but coming up short, so Complexity, hey, they'll take it. More farm for Dark Lady, who's working on that Rune Cleaver, and it's coming. She needs at least she needs both of her broadswords, I'm pretty sure. So not there just yet, but the timing's not bad either. She went Ghost Marchers first, has the Ring of the Teacher here, is going for the Rune Cleaver next in line, but still not just there. You see Cthulhu he eats the Curial with that Hookem ability. There's a lot of things for him to eat here this game, between Tundra and Parasite especially. Who Parasite has the level 1 puzzle box so far. Behemoth middle lane, Veiled Rock going to be used, but I think he might have been seen by the Shiver there, yeah. Not going to come through as Parasite, though. He knows he's here, but he goes for a quick kill onto Aluna. I mean, he knew this was all here, though. Swap out from Andromeda, so he had the backup all along. Here comes Tremble, sure enough, with the mound, and down goes Behemoth. Cthulhu coming in late. He goes down as well. And another double tap for Imbaboy. It feels like we're seeing this deja vu somewhat. Tremble yet again on top of moving in and setting up kills here. Well,
yeah. This is getting out of hands. I mean, he nearly has a Basher now, as it looks like he's going for that one. And he can pretty much, I want to say at least 1v3. Hellborn team then. And that is going to hurt a lot. I mean, the Basher is the kind of item that you really want against a TDL or a melee carry in general. And yeah, TDL not even having the cleaver, still 900 gold off. Yeah, it's a tough call. If the corporation just puts enough aggression here, then they might even secure this game very shortly.
Well, it is interesting because you mentioned Dark Lady doesn't have the Rune Cleaver just yet, but I mean, he is farming very well, especially for a hero with no hero kills or assists. He's 400 gold per minute, and with no Rune Cleaver even on top of that. Formless is actually managing very good farm here. So it's still going to come at a pretty decent time, despite the circumstances. But, you know, as we know, it's not an item that, you know, really sets out to fight by any means. It's just one that allows him to now flash farm a lot faster and eventually get those fighting items. But so there will still be a bit of a window here for Evo Corporation to take their advantages. You mentioned the Brutalizer on Tremble being a big one, but I mean, I really think Complexity actually still is in a fairly decent spot here, without overlooking that. But it does go back to Tremble, though. We also talked about the matchup of Dark Lady versus Tremble, and it seems like Dark Lady isn't necessarily a huge carry to have against Tremble. So there's that to take into consideration too. They're trying to dive middle here, but oh my God, Prisoner wants, or excuse me, Moraxis wants Prisoner. Parasite, he goes in as a swap happens, and then the fissure block ends up blocking his teammate. Oh boy, that he's not happy with his teammate there. And now Oscar.
Are they in?
Wow.
Wow.
This early on, diving the base like that. Oh, he missed the trample! He missed it! On a TP Andromeda.
That must be so frustrating. I mean, seeing the enemy diving the base and getting out, that is...
Yeah.
That is damn frustrating. And yeah, what I wanted to say earlier about the TDL is that Tremble is the kind of hero where you want to have map control. And if you have map control, then you can pretty much do anything you want with Boris, with Tremble himself. And Hellborn team surely didn't have a single tower so far. It still doesn't have. Its top tower is even still standing. Which is why I feel like TDL is not in the best spot.
Yeah, that's fair, definitely. She does have the Rune Cleaver coming out here, so, well, not yet? Okay, yeah, that is a great. Okay. So there we go. Gonna be delivered at least. Ancients, obviously only a single stack. Yeah, the jungle is completely cleared out right now, so yeah, the getting it is one thing, and being able to farm with it is another thing. And not necessarily the greatest right now as you're getting at. Parasite, level 3 puzzle box. He wants to get the Stark Lady, you can tell. He's up here at the top lane. We'll take over a Minotaur instead. And continue to farm for the time being. Portal Key on Prisoner, though. It's definitely signs of life here for Complexity. As far as making a play, but nothing guaranteed from it. Andromeda's really getting a little curious here. Scouting out, but is eventually going to fall back. As they weren't ready to jump her.
Zane actually decided to go for the early post haste.
Oh, wow.
It's quite interesting. I guess you can basically port to Boris as well, I think. So it's a pretty nice tool on top of the bird and Parasite.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could. I don't see why not, so. Yeah, it's just another reason why post haste is actually pretty good this game.
Shrunken finished on Zimbabwe.
Oh, wow.
They can do whatever they want now. They have so good map control. Oh, is he gonna?
Oh my gosh, missing these tramples, man. What you got? I know they're not easy, but these are two that he has to hit. In a matchup like this in the playoffs, you can't be missing these easy stuns. And I'm sure he would even say the same thing.
This is a mid and a con.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that right there could have possibly been the same result, but still. Yeah, they're going to get the middle tower, as you said, probably get Conqueror after that. It is all Evil Corporation, so, I mean, how about this series, right? It's game one, it's really, not all Complexity necessarily, but they were pretty much in control of it for most of the game there. Eventually, came through in the end. And here we are in the very game to follow, and sure enough, we have ECX dominating themselves. And Complexity the one behind. And you know what? Thinking back at the draft, you said it. It's the not banning Parasite. You gotta look at that and be like, well, why would you give them a very comfortable hero with a combination? And gotta question that.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, yeah, it is questionable, yeah, and especially with the impact Parasite had this game, it's a bit odd to see, and I'm sure of it that they're gonna take care of it next game if they have the chance to.
Yeah. No, yeah, not gonna happen twice. Yeah, you see Dark Lady here. Oh, she actually is able to charging Starks away. The Fly hits the stun that time around, but it doesn't matter for him at least. It is still a dominating streak for Imba Boy. What you got is finished, and it looks like the rest of them are too. GG, well played. We got game number 3 coming up here, and a very quick victory for Evil Corporation here in response. to their first game loss. So, yeah, again, to clarify, I'm not sitting here saying Parasite was the absolute ultimate reason they won that game, but we said we were going to question it, especially if they came out with a loss, and sure enough, it wasn't only a loss, but it was a dominating loss by complexity. So you do have to look at the Parasite, that combination, and be like, okay, if you get the chance, I mean, that's the important thing. I mean, sometimes you just can't deal with it, but they had a chance this game. They had a chance to second ban it, at least in the next tier of bans, and they chose not to. And, well, we see the end result here. So, final thoughts, though, Squirry?
It kind of reminds me on the first game, just the other way around. Just a lot of domination by one team. But yeah, I'm really happy to see a Game 3 here coming out. As this was ultimately the best series we expected, right? So yeah, nice to see. As you even said it earlier, might be a best of 3 here.
Oh yeah.
So,
no, yeah. This is definitely one of these matchups where you almost expect to see it, even if it just so happens to be pretty one-sided games for the first 2 games.